Alright, so hey guys, welcome to another Warframe video, and today I want to talk a little bit about a Play Kripath Riven that I bought unrolled for 300 platinum and rolled it a little bit until I ended up with Play Kripath Insi-Toxicron. Now this Riven was a bit of a bastard when I was rolling it because it kept getting meme strike, whether that be positive or negative, faction damage, negative combo duration and stuff like that, and I really didn't want that because what I wanted to do with it was to finally create a proper endgame windmill setup for my poor man's Orthos Prime, which is my Play Kripath polearm. I wasn't even trying to roll the perfect Riven, I was just looking for something that would be better than any of the mods I currently have on the weapon. And it took me 9 bloody rolls to get something even remotely usable, and it still has bloody meme strike, though it is a negative, which doesn't really matter because it's a quick attack build, so I'm not going to be doing slide attacks. So I have two different setups for the poor man's Orthos Prime now, and the one you're looking at right now is the more endgame focused one. And now this is a quick attack build, so the stance doesn't really matter, but you do want to put something on to get the mod capacity, so I put on Bleeding Willow. And I'm using Prime Pressure Point for damage, Berserker for a ton of attack speed, Blood Rush so I get more crit chance as I build my combo counter, Condition Overload so I do more damage the more status I proc on the enemy, Drifting Contact for combo duration and status chance, Volcanic Edge for heat damage and status chance, and I topped it all off with Voltaic Strike for electricity and status, which is combined with the toxin damage coming from the Riven into corrosive, which on top of that adds a bunch of puncture, which is good because poor man's Orthos Prime does primarily puncture, and it also adds a nice chunk of crit chance. It pushes it all the way up to 32.2%, which is a really good base crit for Blood Rush. Now, as I've mentioned already, this setup is focused more towards endgame, so you can see the damage is absolutely disgusting. However, it does have a bit of a ramp up time because you first need to hit the enemy a couple of times to proc status on them so condition overload kicks in, but you also need to build a little bit of your combo counter up before Blood Rush starts stacking your crit. So what I've done in order to properly show the power of this setup is I've actually killed the first set of enemies off camera, and what you're seeing is the second set of enemies, so my Berserker is already up all the way, and since I've hit a bunch of dudes I had some combo as well. And as you can clearly tell, once the setup has been ramped up even just a wee little bit, it will absolutely trash even some of the heavier units from each faction. The setup is actually quite ridiculous once it's properly ramped up, because once you get enough combo, you will do nothing but orange crits with the occasional red crit here and there, which just does wonders for your damage. So overall, very happy with the endgame performance here, it is absolutely marvelous. And now let's check out the second Faff setup, which is unsurprisingly for faffing around. So we once again have Bleeding Willow and Prime Pressure Point, but this time around we're running Berserker and Prime Fury for a stupid amount of attack speed. Then I slapped on Primed Reach for a lot more range, Drifting Contact mostly for the status chance, but the combo duration is also nice. And finally we have the Riven, but this time around it's combined with Volcanic Edge and Virulent Scourge for status and gas damage. So not only do we have a lot more range thanks to Primed Reach, we also have the gas clouds which are carrying the damage even farther. And while this setup does significantly less damage than the first one, unsurprisingly, it is great for, well, faffing around, because it allows you to sprint while you're doing damage, it covers a massive area, and it will one-shot pretty much everything that will get in your way on the star chart. It's kind of like the Ignis of melee weapons, but you trade a little bit of the range that you get with the Ignis with the ability to constantly sprint. This is just another variation of the windmill setup that I always have on at least one of my polearms because it's just so damn great at farming. The difference here though is that I can simply flip a switch and it turns into an endgame monster of doom. And I would call that a success. So I thank you very much for watching. As always guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video and I will see you next time. Bye bye.
Sons and daughters, by the heart of who we are, making peace to build a future, strong, united.